Destiny. Do I actually need to say anything more? I mean, does that sum up everything we need to know about Bungie's new venture?
Well, you know, the word certainly does conjure up your own adventure, and the decisions that you make, and the way it changes your experience along the way. Your destiny is what you make of it. Your destiny is something that you are in full control over. There's a lot of different ways to play this game. There's a lot of different experiences that we're packing into this game, and the way those paths unfold in front of you will be the choices that you make.
I have to say, you guys must have loved coming up with that tagline, "Become Legend."
Well, it certainly speaks to the fact that Destiny takes place in a living social world. So it's not just about defeating your enemies and completing your missions, becoming more powerful over time. It's about being a member of a large community that is sharing that adventure with you, alongside of you. Going into places like the Tower, where Guardians will meet up and look at each other and say, "Where'd you get that?" You know, the gear that you acquire along the way, the weapons that you win and earn or score by completing your missions will be the things that define you. They will tell a story about you, and all of these things will also have their own backstory. So at a glance, I'll be able to tell what type of player you are. I'll be able to tell what sorts of destinations you've conquered. I'll be able to tell what game modes you prefer. I'll be able to tell how far you might be through the story. That's what we mean by become legend. You have a reputation that precedes you because you're awesome at this game.
See, I like that idea of armor having a history, whereas a lot of games that have that sort of customization, it's just, I picked this color because I find it cute, you know? But with you guys, there is going to be different armor types or different clothing types that, like you said, do have that sort of long-term history that you can pick up, right? You've been to that area and such.
Yeah, the first choice you'll make is, which class do you use to play this game? Are you a hunter? You know, are you sort of a stealthy rogue? Are you a titan? You know, are you sort of brutish? You know, heavy armor? Are you a warlock? You know, sort of a connoisseur of the traveler's arcane energies? Those will be the first things that communicate your playing style and your approach to this game. Beyond that, the customization options will become extremely dense. There's a lot of diversity. Everybody has a chance to create a unique character in this game. Everybody has an opportunity to be a character in someone else's experience in this game, so that my favorite character in this game could be you. It could be a character that's rooted in the universe that speaks to us in interesting moments of the story, or it could just be your buddy who you play games with, and you know, the way you two enhance that experience for each other.
Let's talk loadouts. As we saw in the video documentary, there's a covering of primary, assault, and special. Am I correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Why go for those options? Why go for that set of three?
Well, it's different weapons for different moments in the game. You know, you've got your primary weapon, as the name suggests. That's what you'll be using most often. Then you've got your special weapon. This is a weapon that you'll pull out during more desperate moments. Then you've got your heavy weapon. That is the weapon that you'll use as a method of last resort. It's not a weapon that you'll be able to use all the time because, as the name suggests, it's a very heavy weapon, and you know, you can't build your entire house with a sledgehammer. You know, there are times that, you know, you'll need different tools for different parts of the job. We're just giving people different ways to play. Beyond the weapon system, I mean, there are the abilities. You know, the Traveler gives every Guardian some of its power, lets you wield some of that power, and the way you use those powers to also fight, also pretty exciting.
And can you sort of touch upon what those abilities may be? I mean, we had the reference point in the documentary about Hulk Smash, sort of idea, just doing that slam attacks. Yeah. But what's the range there, and does the player have the choice of selecting what particular ability they want, what particular special they want to use in the game?
Absolutely. It's all about choices. It's all about your decision. So the way you customize the build for your class and your character, one of the decisions that you'll make is which abilities do you use. You know, the Vidoc touches on the fact that the Warlock has a Nova Bomb that it can hurl at its enemies. You know, sort of conjures up a purple ball of energy, a piece of the sun that they can throw. The Hunter has a golden gun, you know, a revolver wrought from flame that delivers a mighty blow. And then the Titan has their this ground pound, the explosive concussion that radiates out in every direction. Those are not all of the abilities.
I would imagine not. No. But can a player decide during the course of his journey to swap them around, or are you pretty much locked into a certain ability from the get-go?
Well, we'll talk more about the options that you have for customization and how many different ways you can customize and how many different ways that can branch out. But we want you as the name suggests, as we discussed. We want you to have your own destiny, and we want it to be what you make of it, and we want it to be about the choices that you've made about yourself.
Community. Obvious enough, bringing people in, and Bungie's pretty much being at the forefront pretty much from the start, all the way from the Halo days, of embracing that community and making that part of the gameplay experience. Just interested what you guys feel about that in regards to Destiny, and certainly maybe for other games within the first-person shooter market that are now embracing the same sort of aspects that you guys pretty much were the foundations for in console.
Yeah, I certainly have big shoes to fill. Bungie has always had an intimate relationship with its community. A lot of the best stories that have come out of some of the games that we've made have been the stories that the community has written together, the experiences that they create when they play the game together. Destiny is built from the ground up to be social and cooperative. We think this is a game that is more fun when you play it with your friends. In order for that to become a reality, you need a strong community. You need people that want to play with each other. To become legend, you need people who want to know you and who you are in playing the game. We foster a website. You know, it's a brightly lit environment where people can come together, talk about why they love the game, find like-minded individuals that they can share those experiences with, tell their own war stories, and form lasting friendships that will make this game more interesting to play over a longer timeline.
We sort of touched upon the actual event like Gamescom. I mean, you guys had that huge reveal at E3, and with the Gamescom stuff, there's obviously enough you're sort of reiterating on what you showed there for the European audiences. But how do you guys sort of think about and absorb the idea that you're having to show this stuff, you know, ahead of time and go, right, we have to make something that's going to tease, not reveal? I mean, what's the sort of headspace for that?
Well, you know, we're bringing our fan base along on this journey with us. You know, we're exploring this new way of telling a story. We're exploring this new way of bringing players together to share an experience. We're exploring the creation of this brand new world where this story takes place. We've always been pretty transparent with our fans as to what tumbles around up in our heads or how we make our decisions. At the same time, we certainly reserve the right to reinvent our creative process on the fly. If we discover something new that we think is fascinating, that we want to focus on, we'll do that. But at the same time, we're always reminding people on our forum that Destiny is pre-alpha. You know, we're sticking to our vision of a world that you want to visit again and again, interesting mysteries to solve, you know, deep, interesting adventures that you'll share with other people, and we'll keep some of our cards close enough to our vest so that when you finally get the chance to play yourself, there's still some surprises packed into that experience.
Listen, thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
War is coming. We barely survived the last. We must regain the offensive.
Why is the city breathing down my neck?
Why don't you put that down so we can talk?
Out here in the wild, this is how we talk.
Your mission is vital, Guardian. If you succeed, you will become legend. If you fail, this city will fall, and the last light of civilization will go out.